Hi Aries, welcome to your What They Aren't Telling You reading for March 7th through March 21st. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. Five of Swords. Okay, is somebody out for blood? Somebody just kind of being cutthroat about something? Okay. Empress, Queen of Wands, Three of Swords. Okay, we got 2 3s. High Priestess, Lovers, Ace of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Alright, Aries. Oops. Alright, so wow, there was 3 right there. Queen of Cups, 2 of Cups, and 9 of Pentacles. So somebody thinks you're worth emotionally investing in. They feel a soulmate connection, perhaps. Or this was a soulmate connection. Maybe this is somebody thinking about the soulmate connection, and now that they're kind of being single. Well, you aren't. They're single. They're by themselves. Or maybe they're thinking that, you know what, they didn't appreciate me. Are you talking to your friends about it? Or okay. So 2 3s is calm. An ace, queen, 9, 6, and a 2, and a 5. Okay. So what's this High Priestess about for Aries? Could be Taurus. Could be Taurus, Libra, or Gemini. Queen of Wands could be Aries. Empress about. Ideal situation. We could be talking about a codependent relationship here, or it could be that things appear like they're the ideal relationship. What's this Queen of Wands? 8 of Wands. Is somebody in communication with someone else? Okay. Hold on. Let me pull some more cards. I'm going to start talking. It's going to be minutes later, and I've only got 1 card, and I've got this whole thing built, and I haven't even considered anything else. High Priestess about being secretive. Oh, okay. We got 2 broken hearts here. All right. They have shut down. They are being secretive, mysterious, closed off. Probably turning inward to try and figure out what to do because they don't feel like they can talk to you about it. Their heart's broken. What is this? What's this Lovers about? I don't feel like they're telling you anything. I feel like they're closed off because their heart's broken. This might be a separation. And then we've got the Lovers over here. And this is, maybe they feel like it's a soulmate connection that's not giving them what they need. Or that it's like this, yeah, we're married, but it's not emotionally life-giving. Look at the level of emotion here. Somebody's really absorbed in their feelings of thinking about the marriage. It could be that. So they're not talking to you. They've turned inward. So this actually kind of matches because this one right here is just figuring out their feelings, or one of the meanings. So this is somebody that's really in deep thought about this marriage and connection, and they might have thought it was the ideal marriage. Or they might be thinking, is this healthy? Is this codependent? Is the person smothering me? Am I smothering them? Because this could also be codependency. This could be about restriction and control, as much as it is about. So this could be restriction and control, and this could be like codependent, like over nurturing, over managing, smother mother. Or this could be the ideal relationship with the ideal marriage. You know what I mean? It's a win-win, or it's a heavy. Heavy wet blanket. And then we've got okay, so for you, Aries, sorry, I don't think this person's gonna know. I think they think you're unpredictable. I think that they feel like maybe you can't be trusted because we've got the unexpected here. We've got Aries and the unexpected. Okay, so it might appear that everything's fine and that things are, going along. It's a solid, stable, nurturing, compatible marriage. But I think they feel like you're unpredictable and maybe not trustworthy. Like they don't know, they can't quite figure you out. And they feel like you're not content to be where you're at doing what you're doing. There's a part of you they feel like, I don't think they feel like they can access. Like you're kind of removed. This might be the homebody type energy versus somebody that wants to be out and about, going and doing, and is very spontaneous. This is somebody that likes stability and control and things to be predictable so that you can plan, so that you can thrive, so that you can create. And this is like, no, I like to do things on the fly and I like to be out and about. So is it that this is somebody's preference versus your preference? Or is it in reality someone's working very hard to make it look like this, but this is the reality, that there's an absent, they might think that you're an absent partner. Because things appear calm and stable on the surface, but things are going to, if they haven't already, things are going to change. This is expect the unexpected, and this queen's a mover. She's not one to sit still. She goes and she facilitates and she stirs the pot, and then she goes back to her own domain and watches. Not that she's weird or anything like that, but this is somebody that craves that creation, that creative energy, that innovation and all that, but then needs to go back and survey. Her passion is in delegation and not so much management. Facilitation and delegation. Sorry, facilitation and, is it management? And then the king is delegation? Either way, she likes to get in there and help create, and then she wants to sit back and I guess manage, because the king will be on the move. So she wants to sit back from her throne and watch what she just kind of put into motion. Typically, it's in a very noble, honorable way. Okay, it's not like a, weird or sadistic, wrong, way. Either way, whatever's going on, they're not telling you how they feel because they're heartbroken, and they are very much in deep thought about this soulmate connection, about this marriage, wondering, okay, is it just that this is the emotional effort on the other person's part, or is this all we have? This is someone that's trying to figure out their feelings about how they feel about this marriage, this relationship, this soulmate connection. This Ace of Wands. They're putting on a brave face and saying they want to start again. Oh boy. Are they saying that they regret giving you another chance or a new start? And no disrespect. No, are they saying that they want to have a new beginning, but they're trying to figure out how? They're kind of thinking, is it worth it? New beginning, is it worth it? And going back and forth, trying to figure out if it's going to pay off, if it's just going to be if it's going to be more of that codependent nature, or if it actually is going to be a new beginning. They're kind of trying to figure out which scenario is more likely to happen. Aries, they really want to be by themselves. I think they feel like they're not appreciated, and they would rather just be by themselves. I think there's an element to this relationship feeling controlling to them. And maybe they're thinking about, or you're thinking about cutting them off, or they're thinking about cutting you off. This Three of Swords. Okay. So Aries, I feel like it's weird. It feels like this is what they think of you, but you're like, no, this is what it is with them. Like could it be that you two have the same opinions of each other? Because I don't know. It could be that they are giving the impression that everything's fine, but they're about ready to bolt. You've already had your heart broken. And you're like, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Maybe that's what they're telling you, is I'm not sure, Aries, how I feel about this anymore. Or I'm not telling you how I feel. I'm just suffering silently, or I'm trying to sort out feeling silently. And they're telling you, I just don't know what we should do. They really want to be by themselves. I think they feel underappreciated, and they could do a much better job at life or taking care of themselves by themselves. It's just, I was going to say, what's this Knight of Pentacles? This jumped out. Temperance, that fell out. Okay, now you're just showing off here. It was this and this. Those two were going to fall out. Two of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Taking some time out, just balancing the scales, doing the right thing, not making a decision, doing what's right by themselves, rebalancing the scales. This is about things being one-sided, needing to be righted again. This is time off to heal, and this is not making a decision about love. All right, Aries. Whoops. I still got to do these right here. And this is general, so I could have flip-flopped and started reading their energy, but I feel like you both have the same opinion of each other. It's the darndest thing. Like, one of them feels like a victim, the other one feels like a victim. Like, whatever you say, they'll shit or something. It's kind of weird. This is Three of Swords, because it got kind of like this. Like, it was like, well, wait, are they saying that about this person, or does Aries feel that way? Like, they're heartbroken about wanting to. This could be about somebody having partners and it's caused heartache. Maybe you're the one that's heartbroken because of the partners, or because it didn't work out. But perhaps it's this affair with Pisces that you're heartbroken over. Okay, this is also you being heartbroken, but alas, there's ego involved. So we're acting like everything's fine, and you're very hard to read emotionally. So this, in essence, is you suffering in silence and not saying anything. It's like right here, pretending everything's fine, but you're heartbroken. You're heartbroken thinking that it might have worked out with this Pisces person, perhaps. A couple of different scenarios because this is general, but this is you dealing with some heartbreak. This could also be about ego. It could be about working things out, resolution, how things appear, social media, like, but in silence, but nobody knows what's really going on below the surface here. This is someone that's very in control of their emotions, and they are strategic with their emotions. One of the meanings, they could be very strategic with their emotions. This could be fair and balanced, but for this right here, this is more about somebody that you can't tell, you can't read them. They're kind of closed off emotionally. You can't tell how they feel. This is being closed off emotionally also. So this is like, are you still acting like things are fine and then you're just unreadable? Nobody gets to know how you feel because it's important to keep up certain appearances or something? Or I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just as simple as things not working out with your person that you fell in love with and you're closing down now. All right, Aries. Maybe this is saying you need to be they're heartbroken. They want to be by themselves. So for you, because you're heartbroken, maybe ask for forgiveness. If you were the cause of this heartbreak, I mean, this is like, so it's like you have the same opinion of each other. You're heartbroken. They're heartbroken. Why? Did you mess up? Was it you that messed up? Because this is saying if you want to mitigate this heartbreak, if you want to start to make amends, if you want things to work out, you need to be a compassionate listener and tell someone how you feel and to be open emotionally, right? Tall order. I know. I'm not, saying, well, you just need, no, but there's hurt on both sides here. And this could be saying that to mitigate this heartbreak, to make it less, to sort of start to heal, to forgive, that maybe this is about trying to work things out and being compassionate, generous, emotionally present as a start with this person. Because right now, they're blocking off their emotions and they just want to be by themselves. But I kept reading this as you at first. Okay, so yeah, this is someone that's blocking off their emotions. They want to be by themselves. They just want to heal, and it could be because they feel kind of controlled and smothered, and they've shut down and they've cut themselves off emotionally from the relationship, and they're debating on whether a fresh start. But maybe they've shut down sexually as well. We got this big phallic symbol here. This is them going, I just don't know if I'm feeling that passion anymore. And if we're looking at just this, what it's saying without intuition, this is saying if you want to mend that broken heart, you need to approach this person and try to make it work and to work with them instead of try to control them, and be open emotionally. This is about being vulnerable, being with somebody, being with the right person that you can be vulnerable with. So that might be an issue here, is that somebody has kind of shut down their creative side, their loving side, their receptive side, because neither one of you might feel like you could be vulnerable with each other. This is someone that feels like maybe they're being judged constantly, and they don't feel like being able, that like it's almost like all they're always in their head. That it's gotten to the point now where they don't express themselves creatively, or there's no creativity, things are starting to shut down, and it's because there's too much assessment, there's too much judging, and it's shutting down the emotional connection and vulnerability in the relationship. Aries. Wow. Okay. Creation. I was just talking about creativity, and here again is also creation right here. So I'm thinking that this is a relationship that everybody might think is really a certain way, like, oh, it's really stable, solid, and it's just wonderful, and it's just a solid union. But there's probably a lot going on behind the scenes that are very controlling. Things are out of whack. There's codependency issues, quite possibly, because we've got creativity and passion and connection being completely squashed here. And this could be that somebody feels like somebody else has to win and manage at all costs. They have to be in control at all costs. It's their way or the highway. Somebody feels undervalued and they feel like they'd just rather be by themselves. All right, Aries. If this person could say something to Aries, what would they say? If they could say something to Aries, your words linger in mind. So perhaps if this is somebody that feels overmanaged or controlled, they've started to internalize your flawed opinion of them or your faulty opinion of them, and they're just it's like they're starting to shut down and cut off because they think that you think so poorly of them that it's like, well, what's the point? You know, and they've just completely, honestly, this right here, it's like they're cutting off their feelings. They just want to rebalance the scales, be by themselves, take care of themselves. They need healing. They need some time apart. They need compassion. They need kindness. They need, and please do not, this is no shade. This is the way it's laid out. It's like a partner is not, they haven't told you how they felt because maybe they don't feel like they could. What else for Aries? One more. It's easier just to stay away right now. But they're still going back and forth about it. I mean, they're still, well, I shouldn't say that because this is what they might be telling you. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give this new start a lot of thought, but they really can't see past just being able to get free of themselves. I think they do still love you, but I think they're trying to cut off their feelings. This could be pregnancy, but we got a queen up there, and we got the Empress. This could be somebody that's pregnant, but I do feel like there still is a love there. It's just that their sanity and restoring balance and getting some distance right now and some alone time just to be able to think and to not have you in their head. No offense. I think that's more important than the love that they feel for you. I think they're aware. They're trying to sort out their feelings. They're aware that they still love you, but right now, I think they also know that if they stay, it's just going to end in disaster because it's just not. It's like smothering. It looks one way, but in reality, behind the scenes, the amount of work it takes for them or for you two to kind of get along might be just too much for them right now. Aries. Oh my gosh. Wow, because okay, remember when I said that I feel like you two have the same opinions of each other? Hello. This will show up with like another card, and it'll be like, okay, this is how it is with their significant other, man or woman, can be fluid, but this represents a significant other in their love relationship. That's what the people represent. So this with another card would just be like, okay, you feel this way about your significant other, right? Well, look at this. You two are both heavily on each other's minds. Okay, so this is, you both are hurt by this. There's hurt on both sides. This apparently is how your partner feels. That they just right now, first and foremost, they need time away to figure out their feelings. They need to get some distance and they just need time to heal, and they would like some compassion. And I think they do want, and I think you do too, because this is about you wanting to work it out. But it begins with compassion and listening and distance as far as bridging the gap or starting to repair things, not this cutting things off and unless it's the problematic stuff, right? But okay, Aries, I wish you luck with this. Really, it looks like you both are very heavily on each other's minds. All right, I just noticed that like this person, one of you is looking at the other one's looking out here, and that could be that somebody's kind of more worried about you when you're worried about being out there and doing stuff. Just saying. Just throwing that in there. All right, shutting up. I thank you for stopping by, Aries. This must have been hard to hear. I'm sorry. I do hope to see you in the next reading. You take care. Good luck with this.